Hey guys, welcome to today's episode, which is going to be a review on 12 Years a Slave. Now, I'm going to start it off a little bit differently. It's going to be a quote that I'm using, and this quote is from Tom Sanders. So thank you, Tom, for this quite good quote, actually, because it sums up 12 Years a Slave quite brilliantly, to be honest. A film requires full attention, absolutely, with 12 Years a Slave, without a doubt. 12 Years a Slave gives a good insight into the life of slavery. Again, absolutely, it really does. Let me just focus that. Yeah, a good insight into the life of slavery. Yeah, definitely. And makes you sympathize with the characters. Again, absolutely. So let's do it step by step. A film requires full attention. You really need to concentrate when you're watching 12 Years a Slave. You really don't want to miss a second of it. Gives a good insight into the life of slavery. Absolutely. Solomon Northup, he's tricked into slavery. Um, and maybe that's how they also got hundreds of thousands of black people into slavery as well. It could have been a common way to do it. Um, and then what happens at the farms with the slave owners. Like, for example, Benedict Cumberbatch, he's a slave owner in the film, but he's more of a nice slave owner. Whereas Michael Fassbender, he's also a slave owner, but he's quite the bastard, if I'm honest. But I'll get onto the characters a bit later. And it makes you sympathise with the characters, absolutely. You feel so sorry for Solomon Northup and also the other um, slaves as well. There's this one bit where this woman has her children taken away from her, and it's horrible. It just, the woman is screaming and screaming and screaming, and the children are also screaming. It's just not nice to watch. But yeah, good quote that actually, a very good quote. So thank you, Tom Sanders. Now, so this film was absolutely amazing. It really was. It start to finish, it had you gripped. There were some tense scenes, and there's this one scene, the whipping scene, where you just can't watch it. Honestly, it's brutal. It's horrible. You just don't want to be in the cinema watching it. It really is horrible. Solomon Northup, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, he was fantastic. He really was. He was brilliant. But I thought the supporting cast, especially Michael Fassbender as the slave owner, he was phenomenal. He was a phenomenal bastard, to be honest, because that's what his character was. He was playing a horrible, horrible person who should have died, in all honesty. He was horrible to his slaves. He treated them like something you'd find on a shelf. A quote from in the film, it says, "A man is free to do whatever with his property," or something along those lines. And he's calling his slaves property. They're not. They're human beings. Just everything with the film is wrong. It really is. It's just so wrong, but that's what makes the film brilliant. It makes you feel so sorry for the people who are enslaved by these absolutely horrible, absolutely disgusting, absolutely detest detestful people. Really, just disgusting the way they were treated. Absolute horrible the way they were treated. It was just not nice to watch in parts. Again, especially the whipping scene. And this is not a spoiler, by the way. When Solomon Northup was eventually freed, it was just you just felt so happy. You just felt that sigh of relief, and you could see in his face. He was just, oh my God, I'm free now. I'm free. It was just awesome. It's almost indescribable, really, but it was just fantastic. It really was an amazing, amazing film. Um, they're quite the supporting cast actually. Benedict Cumberbatch was in it, but he was not in it very much. And Brad Pitt, he was only in it for 2 scenes, but he was quite influential. And I'm not going to spoil that because um, it's quite what he does is help Solomon Northup be free. Um, so yeah, I really urge you to go see 12 Years a Slave. It is probably the most powerful film I've ever seen. Uh, it is just amazing. The way it's directed, Steve McQueen, fantastic. The cast, all the cast, fantastic. God, it's undescribable in moments, especially the whipping scene. I can't get that out of my head. It is barbaric. It really is barbaric, brutal, horrible, unwatchable at times. It really is. But yeah, I really do urge you to go see the film. I really do. So yeah, I think has to be. I was giving it a 9 in my opinion earlier, but I the only gripe I have with it is the underusage of the characters like Benedict Cumberbatch and Brad Pitt. But I will have to give it a 10 because it is a very, very tiny gripe. But yeah, 10 out of 10 for 12 Years a Slave. But I still preferred The Wolf of Wall Street over 12 Years a Slave. Wolf of Wall Street was just phenomenal. That really was. Probably at the moment, Wolf of Wall Street is film of the year for me. But there are still a lot of films coming out this year, like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which looks awesome. And then Godzilla, Amazing Spider-Man 2, which won't be. I don't think it'll be on par, but. And then I think there are some more films coming out later in the year. The third Hobbit film, and then Mockingjay Part 1. They ruined Catching Fire, you know. But I'm not going to get into details on that because you already know my opinions on that. But yeah, 12 Years a Slave, 10 out of 10. Get back on track. But yeah, thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next review. Oh, and again, thank you, Tom Sanders, for the really good quote. See you guys later.